Hello everyone, I'm Jaydon Unger, and today I just want to share some words of encouragement with you as this whole coronavirus process is being, we're walking through it together. I hope quarantining's going well. I know it's a weird adjustment, not being able to go out. I know it's been really weird not to have physical human interaction with your friends, with your mentors or anybody you talk to on a daily basis. First of all, I want to tell you what this has really done to me. It has required me to be more intentional in my walk with Christ. Um, Over the past few days, I really have to be strict on myself to be like, okay, I need to get in the Word at this time. I need to just give this up to God. I can't just, harbor all these emotions in and, think it's going to be okay at the end, because it's not. And that's why Christ always tells us to come to Him, because, He knows what's best for us. And so today I want to read from James 1, verses 2 and 3, and I'm going to go ahead and read that right now. It says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." So he opens up and he says, count it all joy. And when you're listening to James, you can see some context. He's talking to the Jews that are scattered all throughout the world. They're being persecuted. They're going through various trials. They're being killed for their faith. But he says, count it joy. And we may not always be happy. Happiness is a temporary feeling, but we can always have hope in God's sovereignty. God is in control of this process, no matter how reckless and chaotic it seems. He's in control. And we can have hope in that, and we can be joyful in His faithfulness, because, we can look back and see how God has been faithful, and He's going to be faithful in this. Just so whenever you do that, whenever you're having a hard time through this whole process, just think back to a time you were struggling and God was faithful. He was faithful to you, and He always will be faithful to us. Three things that this whole process has pointed out to me. It has showed me, and I know it's showed the world and Christians, that we need God. Us absent from God is terrible. And over the first few days of this, I'm gonna be honest. I was struggling to be intentional in my walk with Christ. I was kind of getting away into the chaoticness of life. But it also has told me just really to slow down and acknowledge Christ. Christ is always there for us, and He wants us to just sit and say, God, I know You're in control. I know You're gonna work this out for good. Even though how it looks right now, God will use this to strengthen us. And so also, this has also showed me, and I know our church, that the church is not a building. Over the past few weeks, we have videoed our sermons and our just worship service in general. And I know it's been an adjustment for my dad and for everybody else, but it really has showed me that the church is not just a building we go to. We are the church. The people watching on there, the people who have been going out and serving Christ, we're representing the church. So remember that. And then at the end, he talks about this will produce steadfastness. We will be strengthened by this. And I've really been convicted, because I remember at the start of this, I was struggling, and I was like, God, why would you do this? But you look back on different times when you were like, God, why did you do this to me? And then you see the ending, and you're like, I'm so glad He did that to me. It strengthened me in my walk. It strengthened me in this aspect and this aspect. So as you go through this process, just remember that God is faithful. And I thank you guys. I can't wait till we're together physically again. And have a good week.